So we're gonna need two 2x2s by 26 inches. We're going to need two 1/4 by 6 by 27, one 19.5 inch, one inch by 6 inches, or 1/4 inch, sorry, well they're almost 1 inch. 1/4 by 6 inches, and they're actually almost an inch. That should not say 1/4, but the instructions said 1/4. 1/4 by 6 by 36 inches. 4 of them. 4 1/4 by 6 by 22.5. This is kind of like getting blurry, okay? And then you need your screws, 1/4 inch screws and 2.5 inch screws. 1 19.5 2x4. 2 2x4s that are 20 inches. 2 2x4s that are 20 3/4 inches. 2 22.5 by 2 1/4 inch 2x4s. And then you're gonna need this stringers, 2x4s. They're gonna be cut at 31 7/8. And then in one side, which is this side, you're gonna do a 20 degree cut, and on this side you're gonna do a 35-degree cut. And then you're gonna end up doing another little cut on the corner, well, 1 inch by 2 inch. So I think I went 1 inch this way and mark 2 inch this way, and then make the little cut. That one you're gonna have to do with a jigsaw or something like that, because it's a different kind of cut. And most of my cuts I did with this machine. Most of them, that was the last 2x2s. I'm gonna give you a precise list. If you use 12 footers and all that, I'm gonna remake this list, because I had a whole bunch of extras, 22.5s. So I used them and I didn't use that wood, but I'll make you a list that came from actually this day right here. Okay, let me clean up and let's get moving with how we're gonna build this up. Okay, so I'm gonna get this here, because I really, my table where I work is all full of stuff. I have all the wood cut, everything is marked over here. And what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna go grab the 2x2s, and I'm gonna bring them over. That's gonna be the first part. Okay, so I'm going little by little so you don't get confused. Now, the front and the back legs are 20 and 3/4. And we're gonna bring those two. These are the arm supports, very first one, and they're gonna attach to the legs. So let me go get that too. Okay, now we have the 20s here and the 20 3/4 here. So we're gonna separate them, because that's for one leg, and this two are for the other leg. And this goes over here. So we're gonna put them separated for a moment. Now the 20 3/4 needs a 15-degree cut. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna grab them both and do the both cuts on each. Okay, so I did the 15-degree cut on both bad legs. I'm gonna separate them. And what we're gonna do now is gonna assemble this side where the arm goes. Okay, so the 20 3/4, they needed to have a parallel cut. I forgot to do the other side, so the 20 3/4 are gonna have a parallel cut, and we're gonna separate it again. Obviously, one side is gonna be the back of the legs, and one side is gonna be the front of the leg. Back of the leg, the other one straight. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna match this perfectly here. And this is one of them is supposed to have a 15-degree cut, so let me do that too. One end. Okay, so this one with the 15 degree is gonna go to the one that has the parallel. I'm gonna put it down. See if I could bend it down a little more. If I do it like this, no. Sorry, I don't have the right equipment here. And I know that watching and seeing exactly where it gotta be is worth $1 million. Here you go. So this one, grab it like this, put it down. Got the one with the 15 degree. Put it like this straight. And it'll make sense once you do that. And then the one on the front, make it straight. Make sure it's perfectly straight. Okay, they start telling you to use clamps and all that stuff, but I mean, I never done that in my life. Just do it by hand. Okay, I had a drill bit here. For this little tiny wood, you should use a drill bit. It must have fallen down. Where did it go? Okay, let me pause this and find it. Okay, so I found a drill, and I went and got a little longer screws, 2-inch. I know in the structure says it's 2.5, but 2.5s are like very long. And once you start dipping in, you're gonna come on the other side. So I went and got this 2-inch, and then when you dip them in, they'll be good. So I guess those are better. I'm gonna pre-drill here. Just worry about the little 2x2 that will break. I'll put 2 screws there. There you go. Then I'm gonna go to the opposite side. Everything is flush perfectly. I'm gonna put 2 there. Oh, I lost my drill bit. Sorry, I just had hand surgery. It's a little hard to do anything. Just need to pull it out. That's what happens when you have hand surgery. Sad that I cannot do this, but I will do it at some point. Okay, so that's the first part, and then I'm going to use my screws. I have construction screws, decking screws, whatever you want to call them. People call them different things. Try not to use like sheetrock screws or nothing like that, because then if you need to pull it out, it's really hard to get it off. Okay, so I'm being a little stubborn. I'm not supposed to do anything, but I just want to lay down and sit down somewhere comfortable. So that's why I'm building this last minute. Just came off. I gotta go get a compact drill. I have absolutely no strength in both of my hands. So I gotta sink them in, but they're secure right now. Let me go get a compact drill. This one has a bit, it's stuck in there. And this one, he just don't want to work today. Okay, I'm back with an impact. Let's see what happens here. There you go. At least I want to sink him in a little bit. I think the battery is starting to go. Okay, so we have this side. See it? This side done. So what you're going to do is you're going to flip it over. Okay, and they're opposite. So did the battery die? No. The battery's about to die. This is your armrest right here. And then over here, you're going to put your stringer. Okay? So let me go get the stringer. Give me a second. Okay, let's explain this very well. After you do your arm, you got your back leg, which is the one that has the degrees, and you got your front leg. What I do is to make it perfect, so they're both perfect, I take a piece and put it here, flush to the back, and then on the front, take another piece, make sure that's flush, perfect. If you do it like that, you'll have both sides will be perfect and symmetrical. So when you do the other one, you do exactly the same. Obviously, you do it on the opposite side. Now that this side is done, I'm doing the other side, but I'm putting, you see how I put it right on top? Just to make sure that we have exactly the same angle. They look exactly the same way. And then I'm just gonna pull this hole out. I can't do it with one hand because I just had surgery, but I pull it out and put the screws in it. So then I'm just gonna lift it up. Battery. Gonna lift it up here on the side and put screws in it. I already pre-drilled them. A little bit like that. Let's see what happens here, because I broke a drill bit in there. Oh, when you need your hand and you can't use it, let's make a different hole somewhere else. There we go. Sorry, I also don't got the batteries charged. That was my bad too. Now the next thing is you're gonna want your stringers to match the stringers on the other side. So you could try to match them here, mark them. Just really want them to. So this leg is a little out of motion that way. That's not good. So we'll fix that. But you want the stringer to match, and they're supposed to be opposites. So this one's going to be on the other side. So I'm going to put this one down. I think it's my best bet right now. As you can tell, that's a little. This got to go a little more up. That's why it's definitely not matching. There you go. There we go. Now we're good. So we don't get the other stringer to match. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make them opposites. I'm going to screw them from this end, let's pull them out and screw them from the other side. Yeah, that would do. There we go. I'll match them. Make sure that they both look the same. I'm gonna mark him with this a little easier. And I'm using a real dark stain, so it really don't matter to me if I mark them. If you're using a lighter stain, then I don't know. Using a darker stain, I guess you could put the screws from the outside, you know. Hopefully they mark. Yeah, they did. Here's your other one. Twist this back. Move forward. And the same thing before. Put it in there, push it back. Have this one in the back. There you go. Put the screws. Now this one you can use the longer ones. This 2x4 you don't have to pre-drill. Especially if you use construction screws. There you go. Sink them in. So now we have the two sides. Now it's going to start getting serious, okay? Two sides. Here. Now we're going to come. Now I'm going to join this together. I'm going to put a back support. So let me get that. Let me go get it. Okay. So now here comes the fun part. When you start seeing your chair becoming alive, okay? So we're gonna get the 22.5 2x4. See this one? That's the one we're getting. Okay, I already have one here. Remember, we cut two. And what we're going to do is we don't have no fancy tools. We don't got no fancy crimpers or nothing like that. We just got simple shit. So we're just gonna grab one. Let me turn it around so you can see. Okay, so on this side over here, which is the high side, and this is the low side. On the high side, we're gonna screw this here, and then we're gonna screw it to the other one. We really don't got no fancy tools, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to put it in a way, and you're gonna make sure that when you put it, you see how it's right at the edge right here. When it's just coming down, that's what you're gonna put it. And me with my hand, the way it is. So first, I'm gonna start by doing this. I don't know if you see how I'm doing it. Anything I can do. Oh. Okay, here goes the first one. Okay, that will give you a little bit of leverage for now to be able to put the other one. Okay, see that? I'm gonna come to the other one. And remember, I just had some hand surgery, so things are a little. I should have pre-drilled that hole. Yep. It's still not too late to do it, huh? And then later on, I'm gonna put screws from the other side. I'm just trying to make that this goes into this board. Ooh, patience. Patience always works. There we go. I'm going to push this screws a little bit more this way, that way. Because on this one, and what you could do right now at this moment is actually get a level. Make sure that this is level here. To make it a little easier later on. So that was one-handed right there. We're gonna go down. You could cut these. This one and a quarter. They're actually more than 1 1/4. That's almost an inch. They're an inch. The instructions asked for 1 1/4. I didn't feel like 1 1/4 was gonna be safe enough to sit on, so I just got some decking boards and did it. They wanted 4 inch. I did 6. Let's see how that goes, you know. But you're supposed to be putting them all the way from here, flap all the way to the top. You're supposed to put 5 also. And but they're smaller, so I decided to put more of these. This thing is already strong, but I haven't even put anything on it. I don't know how I'm gonna pick this thing up. Okay. So front and back support over here. I think I gotta raise that one a little bit too. Here we go. I don't think this one's long enough to go through this. Oh well, we lost one. I'll get it later. There we go. Just gonna go there. And we're gonna start going uphill. And once I finish it, I'm gonna try to see if I could find like a cushion for it too, you know. So these are the 22, 2.5. This one. And I don't know how I'm gonna end up putting them. And I'm gonna space them. I'm supposed to have 5, I guess. But this is gonna come up right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and place them all up and then show you how I did it. Okay, so this is how I decided I was gonna put my boards. I don't want to cut another one. It makes no sense to me. So here, now we're gonna do the back. So remember, this back is the one that goes all the way down. You're gonna mark 4.5 and 5. And you're gonna do the same on this side, 4.5 and 5. Then you're gonna grab your board. This is the other 22.5 that you cut, that it was a 2x4. See that? You're gonna grab it, we're gonna stick it in here. And this is what it gives you the angle for the back support. So you're gonna go from 4 to 5. Okay? So in the future, if you wanna change your angle a little bit, that's where you change it, okay? You're gonna come here. You're gonna make sure that you're gonna hit it. Starting to get really heavy, the chair. Yeah, we're gonna do the same over here. Whew. I wish I had something to hold it, but I don't. I'm just gonna put it through here, and then I'm just gonna push it. There we go. I'll make sure that's not even 4 to 5 right there. 4 to 5 is up here. Here. Now that when you're working with wood, it bends and all that, so. Oh, I got it. That was a hill. I gotta put another one because it came really on the corner. We can fix this with the glue later. Yep, lost another screw. Look. I don't even know if it records when it starts telling me my battery's dying. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the back. I'm gonna put the phone to charge a little bit because it's really dying. And later on we'll put this where it goes. I might cut this piece in 2 pieces to put to make the little slump. But right now, phone's gonna go be charged. Be right back. After doing it for a little bit and making sure that they all match and all that, I didn't like the real big ones, so I cut them in half. And I guess it turned off. Well, it's cut in half now. And when I put them in, I make sure that the smooth side is the one towards the front. Okay, just make sure that this. So when you slide in, you don't get hurt. And I got this to file it. You could use one of those two to file it to make it very smooth. So yeah, I took the back side just because I needed to put the screw. So I'm gonna finish that up. Okay, so now I'm gonna, Jesus, is this even recording? I don't know. It says it is, I don't know what's going on with the phone. Okay, so now I put them the way I like. So I'm just gonna put this one, that is the back, that it was 4 and 5 inches. I'm gonna put it back. It's best that you mark them when you want them. This will give you the angle, so you could literally change it later on if you want to. But I'm doing 4 or 5. You could do anything you want. I'm gonna just put it right back where it was before. And then we're gonna move on to do the backboard. I don't know what I'm recording. I know what I want to record. Okay, we gotta get excited now. Starting to look like a chair. So the last part is your backboard. Just gonna grab them all. Put it side by side. You could measure to see if they fit or not. But that's what I'm gonna do though. My wood's been laying around for a little bit in the yard. These are literally a lot of these pieces are cutouts and stuff like that. So it's had time to dry. When it's brand new, you're gonna have problems. I'm trying to put the longer ones in the middle. When they're brand new, you're gonna have problems because they're gonna start drying on you and changing size and all that. So keep that in mind. So the 2x4 part is gonna go on the bottom. I'm just gonna hold them all together. And then this one is gonna like right about there, about a foot down. You know, because you're gonna end up cutting the top, so make it look real nice. If you want to, you could do a design, whatever you want. You know, I suggest that you measure, and that's almost 22 and a half. And then this is 22 and a half. I mean, you could have it a little bigger. You could make like a space because it's really gonna go in there and here, so it's not gonna bother. But mine's, they happen to be 22 and a half. And I'm gonna go get the 2-inch screws to see if they gonna reach. And yeah, they look like they're gonna reach fine. Don't sink them too much. Put them together. Put this really at the bottom, because what's gonna hold your whole thing is this piece of wood right here. Make sure everything is really at the bottom. Everything is flush. I'm gonna put one here. And then I will go from the front too. I'm gonna make sure that I still got 22 and a half. 22, that's good. As long as you're smaller, not bigger. You don't want to sink this in with the 2-inch too much, because then you'll have problems. Now towards the top, if you want to open it a little bit, I don't know, it don't matter. Like that, you see that? Like a little bit widespread. I mean, everybody's unique, you do whatever the heck you want to do. Hopefully it fits. Call me now. I think it's like this, 23. And you're gonna have, yeah, you're gonna have 25. You could literally open it a little bit. Just like that. Give it a touch. A different touch, and see that works. Where's my drill? The good thing about wood is that nothing is unique. I mean, everything is unique. Nothing is not unique. Okay, ta-da! Obviously, we're gonna end up cutting the top, but for now, let's see how it goes. Just gotta shave it a little bit so it fits in there, because I did that. Because I opened them up, it's really not going in there. But I want them opened up, so I'm just gonna figure out the situation. I'm gonna do it. I guess I'm gonna close them and then open them once they're in there. I want them to look like a butterfly. There you go. So keeping this one open and this too, like that. And you could just keep them straight together, you know, whatever you want. Just whatever you want. There we go. So now that is almost all done. I don't know, this thing is dying. This thing dies too much. I don't know if you were seeing what I did, but I kind of end up adding them up and opening them up. So now we're gonna have to put some screws in here and tie it up in the bottom too. Hopefully yours ends up being like that, like so. I'm gonna do a couple here and a couple from the bottom. So I guess I'm gonna put them sideways, but then let me do the first one from the front. Here. Okay, I'm gonna do two, and then I'm gonna twist it sideways to be able to get it from the bottom. I want to get two onto the back board over here just to secure it a little bit, and then you're gonna go from the bottom. You see this one right here? There we go. The second one over here. There you go. The good thing is you could change it, like if you want it more tilled, you could change it later on. Just by changing this one over here. And it's all about how you want it to be. It's your comfort. Everybody's comfort is not the same. Well, let's try that a minute. See how that feels. Oh yeah. I gotta put more screws on it. Ooh. Talking about relaxing. I want it all the way so I could put my head on it. So I was just gonna cut it over here. I'm gonna make a circle up there later on. Cut it with a jigsaw. You could cut it with a jigsaw before if you want to, you know. Okay, so now you got the arms, two hands. One goes here. And one goes here. And obviously, we are going to secure those with screws. And once I do that, it's done. I'm gonna get 4 screws. Ta-da! Where are they? Right here. If you want, you could like put it a little bit more forward like that. I mean, you do whatever you want. You do you. That's what I say. If you want it like flush right there, you can do that. Give you a little bit more space when you gain those extra pounds. You know, we all gain them. Here we go. I ran out of dues. Well, I'm gonna finish it up away from the camera. My battery died, but oh hell yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this so bad. So relaxing. Later on, I'm gonna make something to put my feet on it. If not, I'm gonna use my dog. Usually my dog, he allows me to put my feet on him, but wow. I love this chair. Hell yeah. See you later.